Good morning, Knicks Nation. Today is Sunday. It is the 19th day of December 2021. I hope you're all healthy, COVID-free, and safe today. I hope the needs of you and your family in terms of food, shelter, clothing, and health are being met. Blessings upon those that are the first responders and also those that work in the healthcare field, trying to save lives, both from disease, accidents, and disasters. Blessings upon those that pick up garbage for us to keep our streets and sidewalks clean. Blessings upon those that make deliveries every day for our convenience. Double blessings on those trying to help deliver and rescue the victims of child prostitution, of child pornography, of child molestation and pedophilia that is rampant in this world in a multi-billion-dollar business. Curses upon the perpetrators and the profiteers of these things. Finally, blessings upon the homeless, 600,000 in the United States and millions around the world in places like Philippines, in places like India that are suffering severe homelessness, lack of water and food. Disasters are increasing. Blessings upon those that are the victims of these things and those trying their best to help them. There was a basketball game last night. Our New York Knicks lost to the Boston Celtics 114-107 in the Boston Garden. We had been expecting possibly that Deuce McBride would be the starting point guard last night, but unfortunately he joined 5 other Knicks players in health and safety protocols for the COVID-19 variant. Under the rules, a player is required to either have 2 negative tests in a 24-hour period or stay away from the team for 10 days. And so that was the case with him as of Friday, I believe. Now, that being the case, we have had Obi Toppin and RJ Barrett away. At this point, they would have been away for 10 days. Apparently, this started with the Knicks when we visited Toronto a week ago this past Friday. And so it's spreading through all the teams. It's not just New York. It's actually getting pretty scary because hopefully nobody gets severely sick from this so that there's, some bad medical situations. But the NBA is doing a good job in trying to protect the players and the fans from the variant, while at the same time providing us with this entertainment. So it could be that for Detroit's game, we would have at least Obi and RJ back. That would be huge for us. But last night, because of the lack of players, Kemba Walker started at the point guard position for the New York Knicks. Derrick Rose, who also suffered from the COVID last spring, if you recall, right after he came over from Detroit, has not had the variant at this time, but his ankle has been bothering him, so he was sat out, and that caused Kemba to get heavy minutes last night. Kemba and Evan Fournier had, as far as scoring, their best nights of the year. But also, I want to address a couple of things. The result was the same. Evan Fournier scored 32. He was +2. Kemba Walker scored 29. He was +5. And we still lost. And some people want to point at Julius Randle, who was -4, scored 20 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 of 7 from the 3-point line. But you guys need to remember a couple of things, very important things. Julius is established. Julius is the guy that the Knicks are invested in. Number one, they're invested in him. They're not just going to throw away their investment. That's old Knicks style. It's not new Knicks style. I mentioned earlier I would have traded Julius Randle for Ben Simmons, a 25-year-old All-NBA player. But outside of that, I'm not trading him. I'm wanting to build around him. Somebody would ask, again, out of ignorance, but you can't win a championship with Julius Randle as your main player. No, but we're not going to win a championship this year. We're growing the pieces around Julius so that they can eventually take over. That's what we're trying to do. That's the strategy here. And then hopefully with the draft assets and with the young players that we have, maybe we can later on make a trade, maybe next year, maybe the year after, for a superstar that would hit that person the number one option, and then Julius would be the second or third fiddle. Now you're talking championship. Or one of our young players grows into that superstar. And now you have your first option and your second option and your third option, and you're now talking championship. We have both of those ways that we can go. So Julius is important in both of those ways. Kemba Walker is not. Let's remember, Boston sent him to Oklahoma City after signing him to a $140 million contract. Oklahoma City bought him out, didn't even want to play him. And the Knicks only had him on a 2-year deal. Okay, so it was never like Kemba was going to be the answer at point guard. And after 20 games, he was not. Why? Not because he couldn't still score. Obviously, he could score. But we lose with him in the lineup. The defense stinks with him in the lineup. And last night was prime example of that. The Celtics were getting big three-pointers from, for example, this cat, Richardson. I'm not saying Richardson is a bad player. Jason Richardson's pretty good. Or whatever. I think it's Jason Richardson. But he's pretty good. Josh Richardson. Pretty good player. But he was splashing threes in the first half and the second half. You would have thought that somebody would have said, well, we got to guard this guy. But he was wide open time after time at critical points. That's why we don't start Kemba Walker. Now, let's make this plain. Please, some of y'all Knick Nation help me out for some of the ignorant ones. Okay, look. Why can't he be in the second unit? The question you should really be asking is, who is going to sit so that Kemba can play in the second unit? Who's going to sit? Are you going to take minutes from Emmanuel Quickly? Are you going to take minutes from Derrick Rose? Are you going to take minutes from Quentin Grimes so that Kemba can come in and score for us? Is that what you want to do? Are you crazy? No, we're not doing that. That's why he's out of the rotation. That's why he's out. There's no room for him here. All right? That's why he's out of the rotation. You're not going to take minutes from IQ, D Rose, or Grimes just to have Kemba Walker score and lose. And you're definitely not going to replace Deuce McBride with him. You're not doing that. Deuce McBride, let's just be plain about it. He's a rookie, but right now he's a better basketball player than Kemba Walker. Period. He plays way better defense, way higher IQ, and he can score efficiently. There's no question. This is not even debatable. Okay, so all of y'all crying for Kemba, let him cry for another team. They need to trade him as soon as they can. Okay, now Fournier, let's dispel this rumor once and for all. I hear people, and people that I used to think was somewhat knowledgeable, but I'm losing respect. They keep repeating this 4-year, $78 million train with Fournier. Fournier's contract is not 4 years, $78 million. Look it up. He is guaranteed 3 years, $54 million. That's his contract. The team has an option to bring him back for a 4th year. But that's an option of the team that I think we can all agree is not going to be exercised. So he is on a 3-year, $54 million deal. And if you want to trade him, you don't need to cover $54 million. Listen, you need to cover 1 year's salary. So if we traded Fournier, we need assets coming back worth $18 million. What is that? That's 2 $9 million players. That's what that is. 2 $9 million veterans, which you could get. Okay? That's what that is. Or you could get a bunch of players and waive them at minimum contracts. Okay? Long as it adds up to 18 million. And actually not even that 18 million. It needs to be 90% of 18 million. Or basically 16 million. So it's not hard to deal him. He's not on a huge deal that we can't get rid of him. This is not Tim Hardaway's $72 million deal. Or Joakim Noah's $72 million deal. This is not that. This is much easier to move. Okay? So, and look, now that's up to the Knicks because Fournier could score. Maybe they feel he's got value, but let's be real again. Quentin Grimes is a better basketball player. Now, I'm not talking about a shooter or he's just a better basketball player than Evan Fournier right now. I'm not talking about for a career. I'm talking about right now. He's a better basketball player. He's got better IQ. He's got more guts to shoot that three. He's a more consistent shooter. And let's not even talk about the defense. So let's be real. Some of y'all gotta, the casual fans come up with loud noises and don't know what they're talking about. Nothing that happened last night changes anything I just said. Nothing. Okay? It's not going to be a point guard controversy. No, it's not. It's not. Kemba can look at Tom Thibodeau like he did last night after he hits every shot all he wants to. That ain't going to change nothing. We still lost the game. See, this is the thing. RJ Barrett, right? He would have a big game, score 32 or whatever, 27. And if we lose the game, you're talking to RJ about the big night he has, and he's going to say, we lost. It doesn't matter. We lost. That's what he's going to say. Okay. You ask Grimes, you ask Duke McBride, all them guys. Yeah, I had a big game, but we lost. Kemba, I had a big game. Man, I want to play. I just want to play. It's all about him now. We lost. He had 29. Fournier had 32. We lost. Why did we lose? Because they could not get a stop when we need them to get a stop. That's why we lost. And that's why 20 games into the season, Thibodeau saw that and made the correct move. And as I told y'all, Fournier is the next shoe to drop. He's the next shoe to drop. Yeah, he can score sometimes. Couple times, though, as y'all saw, once he comes running down the floor, 3-on-1 fast break, right? He doesn't even, okay, he took a 3-pointer. Okay, but he doesn't even set his feet. Like he was stumbling when he threw the ball up. I think y'all saw that. Another time, he's wide open in the corner. He gets the ball in the corner, one of his favorite shots. He passes up the shot and tries to drive. This is a 10-year vet. And I hear people on MSG, I respect them somewhat. I do. I like Monica McNutt, but I'm maybe prejudiced. But I also, I respect Alan Hahn a little bit. Wally Zerbiak a little bit. But I want to tell you, they keep bringing up, you need veterans to win. You do need veterans to win, especially in the playoffs. You need that. But look, we got Nerlens Noel. Julius Randle's a veteran. Okay, we got veterans. It's not like we're lacking veterans. Nerlens Noel, Derrick Rose is a veteran. Taj Gibson's a veteran. Alec Burks is a veteran. We're not missing no veterans if we get rid of these other two guys. And as I said before, it is obvious. Julius Randle's a different player when Miles McBride is on the floor. He was deferring to him in the Houston game. Did you notice last night a lot more of the point forward situation where Julius is dribbling up the court and turning the ball over, trying to dribble between two guys? Why do you think that is? It's a mistake basketball wise, obviously, but he tends to do that when he doesn't trust his point guard. When it came to Deuce, he stopped, hand that ball over to Deuce. Okay? And he'll learn to start looking for Quentin Grimes. Because Grimes nailing them 3-pointers like he can shoot the rack. Now he goes through his cold spells too, but he's consistent. He's going to take an open shot when it's there. He's consistent. He's going to play tight defense all game long. Deuce picks up guys 94 feet. You saw that. No, nothing that happens last night is no controversy. No. We need to trade these two guys as quickly as we can. Period. And I want to tell you something. The sooner, the better for the Knicks in terms of even this year with those rookies. Even this year. There's our starting point guards. There's our starting shooting guard right there. Okay? But Tom, knowing Tom, I really think he's really seriously considering starting Deuce. I don't know if he's going to start Grimes because he loves Alec Burks, right? And I don't know if he's ready yet to take Fournier out of the lineup. This whole COVID thing has thrown everything off. If it wasn't for that, I would say this is going to get it done before Christmas. But I don't know now because of the COVID thing. Now, like I said, we getting Obi back. We getting RJ back, hopefully, against Detroit Tuesday. And God forbid, we don't even know who else might go on. It could be Julius or anybody could go on COVID health and safety protocols between now and Tuesday. I mean, it's happening to every team. It's to the point where last night they signed this guy, Tyler Hall. They had Wayne Selden getting 9 minutes last night. Tom likes a 10-man rotation, but it was so short last night. He went with 8 guys. What else is he going to do? What else is he going to do? All right. That's all he had. Okay. At the time, Jericho, I think, was playing a game in the G League. So there's not much we can do with the present situation. That's why adding these 2 new guys that are coming back, hopefully RJ and Obi, are going to be pretty big for us. But, as far as the point guard situation, I mean, hopefully Derek's ankle feels better by Tuesday. Cause we got, he didn't play last night. We didn't play Friday. He's not playing today. He's not playing tomorrow. So that hopefully gives it 4 days, to get a little bit right. It's been bugging him all season. Hopefully he can get a little bit right. So that will help us a lot if we can get Derrick Rose back. And then RJ with Obi. But don't let the media, come on, don't start buying into the media. Come on. Stop buying the catnip, man. They always going to bring up something. Oh, so he scored 29, Kemba did last night. Oh, so every failure goes 32. Oh, man, there's a controversy. No, there's not. No, there's not. Hopefully, the best thing that happened last night is those 2 cats increased their trade value. Because it was reported last week on multiple outlets that nobody was interested in Kemba. Some of y'all need to go read a little bit. They didn't get a partner for him. Nobody's interested. And look, the Lakers just signed Isaiah Thomas. They had to he's another COVID situation. So all we could do right now is wait and hope that our guys get healthy, in 10 days. Since Deuce, I think they came out with that on Friday, with regard to the health. No, actually it was Saturday morning. I read in the Post article that they said Saturday morning they came to him and said he tested positive. So Saturday morning, you got to wait till that's Christmas, then Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So we're talking about maybe the Tuesday game on the 28th of December against Minnesota. Maybe Deuce will be back for that one. Grimes they came back and had Grimes after that Sunday game, where we lost to Chicago. So you got to figure 10 days. So, today would be, let's see, that Sunday game was when was that? Or was it it was Milwaukee. I'm sorry. It wasn't Chicago. It was Milwaukee on the 12th. So now today is 8 days today. So maybe the 16th, not the 16th, 8 days today is the 19th, maybe the 23rd, maybe the game against Washington on Thursday, we might get, Quentin back. So if we can get Obi, RJ, and Quentin back, that's going to be huge for us. Especially in the present situation. Hopefully now Burks and D Rose have actually had the COVID. They both had it last spring. And of course they've been vaccinated, and I believe they've been boosted as well. So hopefully they'll be okay. But there's been guys vaccinated and boosted that's been catching this thing. But most of them hadn't had it before. Kevin had it in the summer, I think. And I don't know if he was boosted when he just got, again, I don't know. But I'm hoping that we get those 3 guys back, and then we get D Rose. And now we have some semblance of our rotation. Last night we had no bench. Tom Thibodeau depending on the bench a lot. Some of y'all talking about, he needs to open his rotation. He does. He plays 10 guys. Okay, he plays 10 guys. That's his rotation. And then he likes to tighten up to 9. Whoever that guy is that's getting 6 minutes, he'll tighten it up to 9 and give everybody more minutes in the playoffs. That's what he does. It's not, y'all need to act like, who you are. You're fans. You're not coaches. Not in the NBA. Okay? Tom Thibodeau is. You can criticize him if you want, but please make some sense. Don't act like he don't know what he's doing. He know what he's doing. All right? He knows what he's doing. So we got Detroit Tuesday. I'm looking for Obi and RJ to be back, hopefully. I don't know what the situation is, if they can be working out during this 10 days, shooting on their own. I heard they could be with one coach in a gym somewhere. If that's the case, hopefully They've been sharp. They're not losing anything because Obi was playing at a high level. And so was RJ. He had two 19-point games and a 32-point game before the COVID health and safety protocol. And then hopefully Thursday against Washington, we also add Grimes and maybe Kevin back for those two. And then the next week after Christmas, December 28th and 29th, Minnesota and Detroit. Hopefully we have Deuce back as well. And, we'll be back on our way to doing something. But this has been hard on us. But please don't get it twisted and think because Kemba went off and he was pointing at Thibodeau and all of that last night that all of a sudden that changes something. It just confirmed that he needs to go. And hopefully somebody said, oh, he could score. Maybe we could use him off the bench. Somebody, not us. Because we got D Rose and Emmanuel quickly. So we don't need Kemba Walker off the bench. We got it already. We got that covered. Okay? So, y'all please enjoy your weekend, what's left of it. Enjoy the week coming ahead. If you got some days off for holiday season or whatever, be safe out there. Shalom.